There's something truly special going on today. Social media technology has given us our first glimpse of how we can all harness the power of now. Twitter and Facebook are the words you hear the most, but it's the underlying technology that holds the key. The power of now is brought to you by the power of the real-time web and real-time data. That's the tech side, but there's more to the story. Much, much more. The power of now is also the power of you and me and everyone experiencing the world, filtering the experiences and sharing them. It's not science fiction, it's the world of social media. And to help me put it in perspective, I've asked Jeff Pulver, a true pioneer in communications technology, to join us. Jeff brought the voice over IP industry together with his world-famous VON conferences, and now more recently, he's created the world of 140 characters, or Twitter world, and put together the 140 character conferences. Jeff, welcome to Digital Life.
Pleasure to be here.
Okay, social media is changing everything, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, tell me how.
It's fundamentally providing a level of directness. I call it digital souls. That for the first time ever, while we've had email for a very long time, we now feel connected. We actually feel people's personality. And that if you look at the recent Haiti crisis, the fact that someone can go out and pledge and all of a sudden people feel connected. We have a nation now living in the world of the now, but like look at now media, now charity. It's just incredible what happens when you can connect with someone and feel their presence.
Now, speaking of now we've just seen that Twitter numbers are way off. Like a very few percent of the people who have a Twitter account have ever tweeted. It's not really about Twitter, right? It's about the technology that enables Facebook to have a news feed and Twitter's news feed. And now we just found out that Google is going to start a news feed. Talk to me about news feeds.
I think what we're really experiencing is access to information on a real-time basis and how it affects us, the people. That it's really not about Twitter, about Facebook, and but it's really having what I think we're actually experiencing is a communication revolution. That in the future, when we looked at this moment in time, these are going to be very primitive, these tools, these social networks. This is part of something much, much bigger. But when I look at what's really happening, I think that the future of communication is evolving and that the social nets provide a context for the way and how we communicate. So in terms of apps, I wouldn't really be worried about numbers, about websites being down, because people are using applications, whether they're iPhones or on their Android phones, on the new Google phones. It's not so much about the websites anymore. It's about where the communication's happening, and ultimately it's about the people. And so, yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting in the next year and a half what happens. The world is changing.
So you put together these 140 character conferences. I attended a couple of them. They're fantastic. People just come together from all walks of life and kind of to celebrate this idea of the power of now. But, you know, the parlor trick part, the fun part, it's novel is over. Now you're really getting into the meat of this thing. How's the change? How do you see this change
There's
happening?
been a systemic change in the way we work and live, and that, you know, depending on whatever industry sector you're in, things have changed. If you're a celebrity, you actually now are not so beholden to studios to actually have a brand. You can now connect with the people. If you're in the media, you're directly connecting with the viewers, despite the fact or because of the fact they may view you on the air, but you now have this other back channel. And the same thing's happening in advertising. For the first time ever, brands are listening to consumers, and consumers can affect change. And politics, I have one warning for politicians that use social media to get elected, that in fact, if they only use it to get elected and don't embrace it and use it while they're in office and only go back to it to get reelected, they're going to fail.
Okay, I got a question for you. Most of my clients will ask me a question. When are you actually working? Because social media is so woven into the fabric of people's lives right now. I'm on Facebook during the day, or I have an account during the day, and I see something bad or I see something I need to respond to at night. Am I still working?
You're always working. I think that we're moving to this now nation where we're going to be up 24/7, at least it feels that way. Because of these networks, my online time has moved from 7 or 8 hours a day to like 14 to 15 hours a day. And I feel very connected, but there are moments when it feels so good.
Okay, so there's a positive and negative to everything. How can people budget their time to embrace?
I think you raise a great point. I think in the near future, a lot of people are going to suffer from hyper-communications and the effects of it. Because being too connected, frankly, if you have friends on Facebook whose status updates you don't like getting, delete them. It's okay. They won't notice for a while. And that we really have to take control. But I do think that 2-3 years from now, the world will be feeling this hyper-connectedness, and we're going to be looking for tools and filters to better do it. Because to your earlier point, I think social networks are affecting the way we work and live. It's deep. Every industry is feeling it. But at the end of the day, it's bringing people together.
One Facebook friend I'm not going to delete is Jeff Pulver. It's the 140 Character Conference, and you should sign up for it because it's available to absolutely everybody. Jeff, thank you so much for being here. I'm Shelly Palmer. You're watching Digital Life.
Watch Digital Life with Shelly Palmer Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern on WNBC's New York Nonstop, or catch it online anytime at shellypalmer.com.